Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about 10 habits that are pretty common and could be holding you back from achieving your goals, being the best version of yourself, living your dream life, all the good things. So today I'm going to explain why these habits are bad, a little more about them, where they can show up in your life, and how to start working them out of your life. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. We're gonna start off with the first one, which is isolating yourself. Now this could come in two forms, which is bottling up your emotions and not communicating with other people, or it could just be the most common reason being that you don't go out enough. Maybe you work from home and you're an introvert and you protect your peace a little bit too hard. So the thing is your brain starts to think that it's unsafe to be socializing. You're like, why do I suddenly feel so anxious about it? Like, I don't want to do it now because I don't want to feel anxious. So if I stay home, then I don't have to deal with the anxious feeling anymore. And I can just stay in my comfort zone. But the thing is that just creates more anxiety because avoiding things never helps. So a way to start working yourself out of this bubble, this protecting your peace a little bit too hard era, you can start to just go for walks outside. If you don't go for walks outside, start going for walks outside. You could go to a cafe and just sit there. You could go to a library, just public areas where there's people around. You can go like window shopping at some stores or something. Just getting yourself out of the house can be good first steps if you're like really deep into self-isolation. But also if you're somebody who kind of avoids plans with friends or things like that because you just don't really feel like leaving the house, or whatever the reason may be for you, as long as it's not that your friends are actually like damaging your mental health in some way, like genuinely, not just like the anxiety being like, oh, like I'm scared to go out, being like these people make me extremely anxious because like they're pressuring me to do stuff or something. In that case, find new friends or definitely don't hang out with them. Know the difference between your intuition telling you this is not good, like we should not do this, or your anxiety. And I can make a separate video on that. If you'd like, let me know in the comments. But anyway, so with this type, the more you start going out and doing stuff, the more you'll start feeling just better in general. And now the other version of isolation, this one's a little trickier, so find out how this plays into your life. But if you're somebody who bottles up your emotions a lot, you don't really share things with other people or know how to communicate your emotions with other people, maybe it's you don't trust the people around you, and in that case, don't force yourself to share emotions with people you don't trust. But if there's people around you that you do trust, but you're just either scared to bring it up, or you're just not used to it, or you feel bad that you don't want to bring them into something, just start somewhere. Like you can talk to somebody about, you can even just open up the idea to them and say like, hey, like I've been having a hard time and I am kind of gonna need somebody to talk to about this. I'm not ready to do it yet, but like would you be open to like talking to me about it? And kind of just leaving that door open for yourself if that's something that would feel good to do as well, because sometimes like opening that door is gonna feel like the hardest step. So like once it's open and once you're able to know that it's okay and that person is like there for you, then that's good. Also, besides talking to other people, journaling is really good. I have found that whenever I feel super stressed out and I don't really feel like bothering somebody about like some stupid thing that I'm worrying about that doesn't even make any sense, I just write down everything I'm worrying about at that time, and that really helps me too. So if you're somebody who deals with like a lot of things that bother you, even small stupid things, and you're like, I don't want to talk to people about that, just writing it out in a journal or even in your phone notes. Like I take out my phone and I just open the notes app and just write everything that's bothering me, and that helps a lot, especially if I'm extremely anxious and experiencing a lot of anxiety around it. And then also I'm in therapy. If you can get access to therapy, that's a really important thing too. Explore the different types of therapy too. I have a video on EMDR therapy, which is what I'm in, and that has really helped me a lot more than talk therapy has, actually being able to process trauma rather than just like talking through it over and over again, which didn't help me. So there's different types of therapy that you could try. So just learning how to express your emotions outward is important. Okay, so the second one is ignoring your needs. If you're ignoring your needs, you're not going to be your best self. You're never going to be able to be your best self if you ignore things, even small things. Sometimes your body will be asking you to do even a small thing, like maybe you want to go to bed like an hour earlier. Maybe you want to do your nails or do your hair, or you want to do a face mask one night. And you may brush these type of things off and be like, oh, well, I don't have time for that, or oh, well, I don't really feel like doing that, or something, because you have other things getting in the way, whatever that may be, excuses. And the more you ignore your needs, the more it becomes a regular thing. So then when you actually do need something, you still ignore it. Even the small things, start doing them, because it's going to make you a lot happier. All the little things add up to a lot. And then the bigger things that you are ignoring, also do those too. Even if they aren't the most convenient or you really don't feel like doing it, just do it anyway, because your future self is going to thank you. Now the next one goes along with this, and that is putting others first, putting others before yourself all the time. This can go along with people pleasing. A lot of us have been taught to be people pleasers since we were very young. Now, you may look at me and say, but putting yourself first is selfish. Okay, but no, it's not actually, because putting yourself first in the way that is like narcissistic and being like, I don't care about any of these other people, I only care about myself, that is not what I mean. I mean putting yourself first, getting the things you need done, making yourself happy so that you can help other people to your best ability. For example, my mom was always somebody who put everybody else before herself. She ignored her own needs. You have to put yourself first because you can't pour from an empty cup. When I saw my mom trying to pour from her empty cup, it was upsetting to me as a kid, because I was like, why doesn't she ever like let herself be happy? Why, like, even if I tell her to do something for herself, like, she doesn't listen. And it was upsetting for me to see as a kid. So if you're doing that, just know that your kids do notice, and it's going to teach them the wrong way. And then if you don't have kids, just use that example and apply it to your life. But anyway, when you try and pour from an empty cup, you're not giving authentically to the other people, and you're not caring for them to the best of your ability. Of course, you want to care for other people, but in order to do that in the best way possible, you have to care for yourself first. And so you have to find that balance where you are getting your needs met, like I said for the last one. You need to find where you're getting your needs met, the little things you can do to make yourself a little bit happier. Those are really important, because those are going to help you have a full cup already, so then you're overflowing extra love and positive energy can be shared with other people without making you feel drained. So I hope that one gives you a different perspective. Now we're going to move on to the next one, which is excuses. Excuses are like the most common thing now. Like, everybody has an excuse. Everybody is using excuses as a reason why they're not living their dream life, why everything's not their fault and they don't need to do anything different, why they don't need to improve, why they don't need to whatever. Stop using excuses, because when you use excuses, you're just holding yourself back. And it is a defense mechanism. It is something that makes you feel safe, because in a way, when you are procrastinating, for example, that is a defense mechanism that your brain is putting in, because it's scared of the change. It's scared of something to do with what it's procrastinating. So if you're procrastinating on starting a business, you're using excuses like, well, I haven't read this book yet. I just don't feel ready. I'm not in the right place in my life to do this. I don't know. Whatever excuses you're using like that, obviously don't go try to fly a plane if you don't have your license. Like, that's not what I mean. But like, the extra excuses and things that you put in order to be ready, when you notice that you're saying, oh, well, like, I'll start after I do this. I'll start after I read this book. I'll start after I just feel ready. Whatever the excuse is for you, you're just holding yourself back, because your brain is saying, oh, well, if I stay here, then I won't have to feel like I can lose more. if I'm more successful, or then I won't have to live any different than I already do now. Like, I won't have to make different decisions. Like, I can stay here and be in this little safety bubble even though I'm miserable here. Like, you don't want to be in that miserable little bubble that's actually making you not enjoy your life. You want to be able to expand and get out of that bubble. So in order to do that, stop making excuses. Start saying, where am I making excuses in my life that are holding me back? And then every time you make an excuse, make a mental note of it, correct it before you make an excuse. If you notice before you're going to say it, say, wait, no, I'm not going to say that. If you make an excuse, say, actually, no. Replace it with a positive affirmation of some sort. Say, I'm not ready to start a business. And say, actually, I am, and it's going to do great, and I have nothing to worry about. Counteract it. Avoid the negative thinking. You don't need the excuses as a defense mechanism anymore. Learn how you can start to get rid of them and stop using them, because they're not helping you at all. Next one is a sedentary lifestyle. If you're working from home, working in an office, working in a job that requires sitting down, obviously this one's going to be a little harder because you're sitting down all day basically, right? There's options. If you're working from home, you can get like a standing desk, or you could get like one of those little walking pads, like that's like the mini treadmill or something. Treadmill, is that what the word is? I don't know. You know what I mean, probably. Even just lymphatic drainage massages or exercises, going for a walk if you can, even, you know, like if you can walk around your office building, if you live in an office, just walk around your house, walk around the block, whatever it is, like especially if you can get outside, that's the best, because getting outside is so healing to our bodies. But lymphatic drainage is really important, because if your lymphatic system is not flowing, it is not flushing the toxins out of your body, it's getting stagnant, and stagnant is not good. Like, you know, stagnant water, that's disgusting, right? Like, you don't want to drink that water, but you do want to drink like a spring or like a stream or something nicer like that, like a nice clean river. You want to drink that water. But so if you're stagnant and you're not moving around and you're not getting that lymphatic drainage going, then you don't want your body to be like a stagnant pond. You want it to be like a river flowing, because our body is mostly water, as you know, so it's super important to have it flowing. And yeah, so yeah, next one. I'm forgetting what number we're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sixth one. Having no schedule, especially if you have ADHD. I have ADHD. Having no schedule has always made life so much harder for me, because not seeing something in front of me, or not having a built-in schedule in my brain saying, okay, we're gonna do this, it just leads to chaos. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no structure. I'm like, well, it's easier to brush things off too. It's like, if I don't finish this today, it's fine, because I don't have it written down anywhere. Like, nobody's gonna know. Like, my schedule won't know. My schedule's not telling me to do anything because I don't have one. It's easier not to have a schedule if you want to say, oh, I actually really don't feel like doing that today, so I'm not gonna do it. But if you make a little checklist, checking off those boxes is so satisfying. So try it. Like, if you put it on your notes on your phone, they have the little check boxes feature that you can turn them into things that you can check off. That's so fun. So give it a try. Once you have some structure, it makes life so much easier, especially if you have ADHD. Having the things in front of you, having the things written down, makes it more real. It has always helped me so much more when I had a schedule. And I have not been using a schedule recently, and I've noticed that I'm really falling behind on a lot of things. So I am about to start making schedules again because of the importance of this. Just seeing the difference from when I do to when I don't is a big difference. Next one, 7, dressing down. When you dress down, especially in America, we are very commonly people who dress down a lot more. There's so many people that go out wearing PJs, go out wearing sweatpants, go out with their hair all messy and just like looking disheveled, and we make jokes about it, and we're like, oh yeah, we're looking like a hobo today or whatever, and everybody makes jokes about it, but it's actually contributing to insecurities. Every time I have gone out with something messy, my hair messy, wearing clothes that I don't feel great in, I have felt self-conscious. I find that like the back of my hair, like everybody says the back of my hair is not my problem. I'm always so self-conscious about the back of my hair because I don't really pay as much attention to it. And I also have a cowlick back there, so I always feel like it's like out of whack. And so that's something that I'm right now starting to focus on after focusing more on like what I'm wearing. But I've even also found that if I have just one or the other done, if I'm wearing, you know, a hoodie, but I still look good in the hoodie, like I try not to wear hoodies that like I feel gross in. I try to wear hoodies that I feel like I look good in, and I get rid of the other ones that don't. Even if they're comfortable, I'm like, no, we're not doing it, or we're saving it just for when I wear to bed or something. So when you go out and you're wearing something nice, not just the fact that you look nicer, but also the fact that you feel nicer as a result. Wear something that you feel confident in, and when you go out, you're just gonna feel better as a result. So next one is eating habits. If you eat processed food all the time and fast food all the time, you're gonna start feeling not so great as a result, because that food does not come from the earth. And yes, we're going down that path. Okay, organic food is from the earth and it is free of chemicals, and that food is always gonna make you feel better than processed foods or refined sugar and all of that. When you start eating better, and I know some people can say like that food is more expensive, and yeah, but I go to Trader Joe's and they have pretty good prices there and much better quality food. And no, I don't eat organic all the time, and I would like to upgrade to that, but it feels a lot better than what I was eating before, which was a lot more processed food. And once I was able to upgrade to this, switch stores to this, it was such a difference. I noticed that like how I was feeling, I felt more energy, I felt just better, happier, less like gross. Okay, so eating better is absolutely going to make you feel better. Next one is having bad sleeping habits. If you have a bad sleep schedule, bad habits around sleeping, like if you look at your phone before bed and are like disrupting your brain with the light of your phone. I also, on that note, I have a filter that I put on my phone and it turns the whole screen red, so that is like the best thing for your eyes because you're not getting any blue light and you're not getting overstimulated by colors either. But I just like it because your eyes can still stay adjusted to the darkness and it's just relaxing. Like if I'm feeling anxious, I just change my phone to red. I feel a lot better. But anyway, back to sleeping habits. If you are going to sleep a different time every night, you're going to sleep really late, you're waking up really late, that is not good for your body. What is good for your body is to go to sleep. Maybe look into circadian rhythms a little bit more. I'm not an expert on this, but I know that there's a certain time that's great to go to bed and you'll always wake up at a certain time. And it's like goes along with the cycles of your sleep, because we go through like all the cycles in our sleep and stuff, like REM sleep, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm not a sleep expert, but I do know that there is something there that's important. So if you go to bed, say, I think 10 is a good time, and then you wake up at like 6:30 or something, or so I've heard. And that has happened every time I went to bed at 10. I always wake up at like 6:30. And I like waking up earlier. And so of course you can adjust that to whatever works for you. But more consistent sleep schedule is better. And of course you don't have to go to sleep at the time every night, but just try to do it most of the time. Because of course sometimes you're gonna come home later, or you're gonna have to wake up earlier, or whatever. Maybe you're gonna want to sleep in a little longer because you exercised extra or something. It's gonna be different, okay? But just do what works for you, find what works for you, do what feels best for you. Don't just do like something because somebody else told you to do it. Do what works best for you because everybody's sleep is different, okay? Next one is having no hobbies. If you don't have any hobbies, don't have anything you do that you enjoy, you're gonna not feel good as a result. You're not going to get much enjoyment out of life. And you can absolutely find hobbies that are free or are very inexpensive, even if it's just coloring or painting or writing, or there's so many options. And then if you want to pay for some, there's plenty out there that would be great alternatives. And it is really important to invest in your happiness. That is the most important thing. If you are depressed and not enjoying your life, is it really worth hoarding extra money that you're not spending to make yourself happy in your bank account just because. Like, if you have extra to spend on that type of thing and you're just hoarding it in there because you're like, oh well, I don't know about that. Like, is it worth being depressed, or is it better to be happy and to spend a little bit of extra money to enjoy your life a bit more? Hobbies are really, really important. If you think about back to when you were a kid, most of us probably enjoyed that time a lot more because we were doing things that were fun. Even if it was, we were just going outside, we were like looking at the trees, looking at the flowers. Like, I know I was having fun making little potions outside. Those were some of like the best memories of my childhood, when I wasn't doing things that cost money. I was just having fun with my friends or by myself or something. Like, find the things that you did in your childhood that you really had a fun time doing and see how you can incorporate them in today. If there's not things back then, try new things. See what else could work. Look up a list of hobbies and see what could be good for you to do. And yeah, so all of these things make you happier as a result, put you in a better mindset as a result, and are then going to contribute to you being able to live your dream life, be a better version of yourself, achieve your goals because you're in that good headspace that's going to be able to get you what you want because you're happy and your needs are met and you're not holding yourself back in any way. And once you drop all those things that are holding you back, it's going to be so much easier to be in that state of flow, that state of creation, that state of good energy. So that is all I have for today's video. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's any things other than this you think that go along with this. Add them to the list in the comments. I would love to see what you have for advice that might go along with this too. Let me know if there's any videos that you would like to see. I make videos all about self-improvement, mindset shift, becoming the best version of yourself, all of that. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Please like this video if you enjoyed it so I know to make more videos similar to this. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.